What if the company that once said bigger phones were ergonomically wrong is now betting its future on a device that literally folds in half? Apple is making what could be one of the most consequential product bets in its recent history. According to reports, the Cupertino giant is planning to manufacture an initial run of approximately 10 million foldable iPhone units, while simultaneously preparing to launch a premium-tier device being called the iPhone Ultra. And when you unpack what these two moves mean together, you start to see a very deliberate and calculated strategy taking shape. Let's start with the foldable. 10 million units is not a casual number. For context, when Apple launches a brand new product category, it tends to be conservative. The first Apple Watch shipments were estimated around 3 to 4 million units. The original AirPods launched to modest supply. But 10 million foldables out of the gate signals something very different. It signals confidence. It suggests Apple has watched the foldable market carefully, watched Samsung struggle and iterate through multiple generations of the Galaxy Z Fold and Z Flip, watched consumer interest slowly but meaningfully mature, and has decided that the moment to enter is now, not tentatively, but with force. The foldable iPhone is expected to feature a book-style form factor, similar in concept to the Galaxy Z Fold series, rather than a clamshell design. Reports suggest Apple has solved several of the engineering challenges that have plagued competitors, particularly around crease visibility on the inner display and overall device durability. Apple's supply chain relationships with display manufacturers, combined with its custom silicon advantage through the A-series chips, could give it a structural edge that no Android competitor has been able to fully replicate. But here is where the strategy gets genuinely interesting. Apple isn't just launching a foldable. It is simultaneously pushing what's being called the iPhone Ultra, a device positioned above the current iPhone Pro Max in terms of pricing and capability. This is a two-front expansion of the iPhone lineup, moving both into entirely new form factors below and into elite premium territory above. Apple appears to be deliberately stretching its product architecture in both directions at the same time. The iPhone Ultra branding carries significant weight. Ultra has already been used successfully in Apple's Mac Studio Ultra and Apple Watch Ultra lines, where it successfully commanded premium pricing and attracted professional and enthusiast buyers without cannibalizing the standard Pro offerings. Applying that same Ultra designation to the iPhone is a clear signal that Apple sees an underserved customer segment, people who want the absolute best smartphone experience and are willing to pay a price point potentially exceeding $1,500 or even $1,600 to get it. From a business perspective, this dual push is elegant. The foldable expands Apple's total addressable market by attracting consumers who want something genuinely new and different. The iPhone Ultra protects and extends Apple's premium revenue per device, which is critical as smartphone upgrade cycles continue to lengthen globally. Apple is essentially working both ends of the innovation spectrum simultaneously: novelty and prestige. There are real risks here, of course. Foldable displays remain more fragile than traditional glass. Manufacturing yields for complex folding mechanisms are historically challenging to scale. And consumer appetite for foldables in Apple's core markets, particularly the United States, has not yet been fully proven at mass scale. But Apple has navigated skepticism before. Tablets were considered a niche product before the iPad. Smartwatches were considered a gimmick before the Apple Watch became the best-selling watch on the planet. So the real question worth sitting with today is this: are we witnessing Apple simply following a market trend? Or are we watching the moment Apple decides to completely redefine what a smartphone is supposed to be?